Hello, everybody. We are here with another Chris Chan letter reading from jail, and we have a long one today. So this one is from the 30th of November from Eels and the Eggman. I have no idea what that means. On the 30th of November 2021, Chris sent another letter from jail. In this letter, Chris answers 12 questions from a Twitter fan named Eels and the Eggman. Well, there you go. The letter was posted on their Twitter on December 7th, 2021, and uploaded on the Kiwi Forums that same day. The letter shows that Chris has grown bitter towards Bella, who to Chris was previously a trusted companion and sweetheart. One of the more notable questions on the list asks about Chris's current feelings on the Sutress, a young woman who once had a genuine self-admitted crush on him, and that Chris had become infatuated in himself. In the answer to this question, he claims that Bella shall be punished on the judgment day and that he foresaw her nasty plot against him. Well, he didn't do a good job of, protecting himself from her nasty plot. Like, fuck, Chris. Like, if you knew about it, you should have at least done something, like, to stop yourself from having sex with your mom, I guess. Chris also answers that he still has feelings for the Sutress, claims to have attempted to contact her while healing her through astral projection, and wishes for others to contact her, regretting not having her in an unknown person's number. Chris also claims in the letter that he foresaw Bella's plot and that he told the Sutress about the relationship not lasting long and the risks that come with it as a result. Chris explains the Heaven Realms, where he attempts to do a bunch of calculations and lists several of the resulting worlds. I think they spelled that wrong, created by the dimensional merge. Chris also claims that these Heaven Realms are roughly the same size as the city of Quickville, having visited almost every other dimension. Chris also acknowledges the existence of Hell Realms, saying that they are comparatively worse than post-apocalyptic alternate timelines. At the end of the letter, Chris explains how he is the real Player One in detail. Chris claims that while the term was in part based on the movie of the same name, he also cites the Akashic Guardian, who is supposedly the chronicler of Akashic records. I have no idea what that is, and being the original being of the universe, preceding all other players. He also makes a claim that as a Messiah, he can reincarnate infinitely many times and retain memories of previous lives. Extending on this idea, he then talks about the life incarcerated as Jesus of Nazareth, then talks about a various number of other lifetimes he had prior to his current incarceration. Along with these, Eels asks Chris about various other topics ranging from donations to his opinions on various Chris-tubers. Particularly of note is how Chris is asked if people can donate him money or game consoles in jail, to which he confirms that monetary donations are approved, though he also states that other kinds of donations, including donations of video games and consoles, are prohibited. Yeah, you're not really allowed to play video games in prison, I'd imagine. Chris also claims that in the letter that the Chris tuber Dylan Thomas is a minor traitor, likely due to him sharing information about his incestuous relationship with Barb. Oh yeah, he did do that. Shame he's really just focusing on comics now, because I always liked him as a Chris tuber. But if Dylan Thomas is happy about it, then why am I complaining? Dear Chris Chan, thank you for your response and for answering my questions. I hope all is well with you and you are doing okay in spite of the circumstances. I'm to hear your case received. I don't know what I'm here. I'm to hear your case received a second continuance. Why do all of his cases always get continuances? Like, some of his cases are pretty open and shut. Like, I don't know why he needs like continuances every time. Like, it happened with the pepper spray, and it happened with with him running over Michael Snyder. Like, he always gets so many continuances that people just stop caring eventually. It's like, what the hell? I'm glad to say that Bella. I'm glad you say Bella for what she really is. Hopefully, karma bites her in the ass. But we have some more questions. One, have you playing basketball and has it been fun? We know you used to be a basketball team manager in high school. Is it nostalgic? Is Bionic the giving you any good pointers? What? Have you considered using the library to run Dungeons and Dragons, Vampire the Masquerade, or Shadowrun? They are fun pen and paper RPGs. A buddy of mine was in prison for a few years, and he discovered the hobby of RPGs behind bars. I know you're a creative type and good at writing stories. That's not true. He's absolutely good, dog shit at writing stories. And think you'd make a good DM, Dungeon Master, or GM Game Master. He honestly really wouldn't make a good master of anything. much less a game or dungeon master. There is not much to do, so I figured it's good entertainment as I imagine Prisoner Jail is boring. I imagine it's lonely there, and this could be a good way to make some friends and meet people. Not to mention there are books you can read that are likely entertainment, not as good as video games, but you gotta play with the hand you're dealt with sometimes. I asked about approved items in regard to approved items to see what sort of things you can get. It sounded like, and correct me if I'm wrong, that the jail only takes donations. I'm curious to know if you knew that there was a handheld console that could be purchased by inmates in all states. The games aren't great on it, but it's something. If that was on your list of approved items and you can get it, and you can get us a price sometime out there, might have cash and able to send you a monetary sum that would allow you to buy it. I did some research and apparently it's possible to get an Xbox in certain states. Sadly, not in Virginia, but I believe that handheld consoles are still available in all states. What's going on with the Sutras? Are you guys done? Some recent updates still sound like she's in love with you. Have you been in contact with her? Do you plan to meet with her when you get out? Or have you severed ties with her like Bella? Her actions, although extreme, seem to have been taken to get you out of Bella's clutches. She apparently still wants to bear your child. Maybe a conjugal visit can be arranged. I feel bad for that poor woman. What are you looking forward to doing the most when you get out? Any big celebratory plans when you're free? Well, hopefully he won't get free. Any video games you want to play, Transformers, toys, or Legos you want to play with, or movies and TV shows you want to watch? You mentioned you have been to other dimensions. What is heaven like? Have you been there? How does it compare to Quickville? Are there any other heaven dimensions you've been to? Any hell dimensions? I wrote a letter to you many years ago about changing the Amy Rose part of the Sonichu girls to Sally Acorn. Most hardcore Sonic the Hedgehog fans hate and despise Amy Rose as they find her obnoxious. Unlike Sally Acorn 17, she's badass and intelligent. Do people really hate Amy Rose that much? I mean, I've never seen it, but I mean, I'm more of a casual Sonic fan, not like an extreme Sonic fan, so maybe that's why. But or a hardcore Sonic fan, but I've never really seen that much hatred for Amy Rose. Am I wrong about that? Because I don't know. It's like that seems like there's a lot of people like. I could see Amy Rose being a character that actually a lot of people would like because they kind of like that kind of thing. I could get why people would hate her. Don't get me wrong, but I just never really realized how many people would hate her that much. Your Rose shoes are way better than Amy Rose ever was. No, they're not. They're literally so bland that I can honestly not even remember some of their names. To the point that where they are too much better, they more closely resemble Salty Sally. You mean? And I've never seen Sally in any of the animated shows, but I can probably say that Sally is probably better than every single one of Chris Chance characters, including the Rose Shoes. Is there any chance with a dimensional merge going on that could happen and the Rose Shoes could become Acorn Shoes or Sally Chews? Maybe there is a Sally Chew somewhere in Quickville or in the adjoining dimension. Why is there so many like weird writing things in this? Is English not this guy's first language or something? Have you been to the Boondocks universe and met Tom Dubois? He is a lawyer and knows much about people in your situation. What? He might be helpful and sympathetic to your case. I haven't watched the Boondocks in years, but I can. No, he fucking wouldn't. Going to the Transformers Afterlife, the well of all the sparks and recruiting dead warrior. I think he's trying to say Transformers like Ironhide or Dinobot might also be helpful. So some tough guys have your back. I can't tell if this guy's genuinely trying to like just play along with Chris and just making fun of him. Like it's really hard to tell sometimes. Any thoughts on YouTubers Dylan Thomas, Gibby, or Smokey McCrack? I've never actually heard of that third guy. They make a lot of videos on you. More so since your arrest. I don't know why you put a question mark there. You've mentioned you're the real player one. What is that? Can you explain a bit more? Just curious. Does it have anything to do with Hyperdimension Neptunia Ready Player One? Or does it have to do with the Super Nintendo game? The Lawnmower Man. What? It seems like there were items you wanted to go home and get before you went to jail. If you don't mind me asking, what were those items? Maybe we can try and buy some replacement items and have them ready for you when you get out. When are you out? When you are out, do you plan on doing the kill stream with Ethan Ralph like you had agreed to at your arrest? Who's Ethan Ralph? He seemed to really want to have you on the show. I've never heard of Ethan Ralph, so I don't. Okay, so this is Chris's response. Hey, censored. Well, it has his name on Eels and Eggman, so I could just put that. Rest assured, a lot more than karma shall bite Bella's ass around Judgment Day. Also, numerology wise, 13 is not as unfortunate as most consider it to be. Neither is 666. 1 plus 3 equals 4 from the 13, and repeating sixes are actually a message from the angels. Look up a numerology chart online for more information. That sounds like bullshit. Meanwhile, your present cues. I had played a bit of basketball in the rec room, but the rec room has been restricted for me for a while now. So I wish is also a response. Nostalgic, yes. Bionic has given me some tips, and playing a game with him without flying is fun. The library is not large enough for D&D. Yes, I like to read, and I have considered eventually becoming a DM for a group. That I can imagine him being a shit DM. Money, pretty much. Yeah, no video game handhelds or consoles on offer. Okay, this part you may share online in efforts to reach her on my behalf. I still care about the sutress I had known beforehand of my arrest and the circumstances that would pin her emotions, especially in regards to the nasty plot Bella would have instigated as a major causality has been a great concern of mine. I've even warned her verbally, spoiler free, of the ship between her and I likely not lasting long and there being a risk. I feel for her as well. And in my goddess duties during my jail time in my body, I have traveled to her state to visit, heal, and help from my astral manifested position. Or through my body, do wish to contact her, but I really should have written and memorized the phone numbers on my phone. Censored's number as well. Anything else that may happen between her and I, you all just leave that between her and I. My second coming and transporting the majority of other things to Earth 1C211987 before unleashing Judgment Day on the left behind toxic minority. Other details foreseen and foreknown and are to be confirmed. Heaven Realms is a hub of commute, mostly, and the place is no larger than an average metropolis. 3 days on Earth equals 4 months in Heaven and Hell Realms. Do the math. Since my first ascension with my body back in Israel over 2021 years ago, I forgot. I don't know how I forgot this, but he still believes he's like Jesus Christ or something. Up to at present, well over 8 million years has passed there for you on Earth, 21 years counting leap days. A lot has changed with the rules, guidelines, and all between us gods and my mother, Emmanuel, revising and deciding on all that. And then please understand the nation of Quickville, with the cities of Quickville, New Comma, and other cities, not including DC, stand more than half the state of Virginia, and Quickville is part of the universe 1C211987 on the Earth, also existing alongside New York and the Avengers, Gotham City and Jersey, and Metropolis in Delaware with the Justice League, Station Square, and Quahog in Rhode Island, Springfield in North Central USA, Elmore in California, Game Industry and Angel Island being islands in the Atlantic between the Canada and the UK, the Smurf Village in Spain, Inuyasha and Kagon and CWCki, among all the others living in and around Japan, and planet Earth alongside the other planets and galaxies, including Chromania, or what name that planet General Pepper lives on. Chris means Corneria, Cybertron, Omicron Persei 8. Oh, that's a Futurama thing. Andromeda Galaxy, Planet Dolan, so many in the entire universe. I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. It's just all a bunch of nonsense. But to answer your question, the city of Quickville is a tad smaller than that in Heaven Realm. I have visited nearly every single alternate and prime universe, dimension, timeline, and all throughout the entire multiverse, and then some post-apocalyptic alt timelines are hell enough. Sally Acorn shoes are never happening. Sonic the Hedgehog was the power-up on who collied with the Pikachu that manifested the Sonichu and Rose Chew species, manifesting the manifest that manifested the Sonichu and Rosedew species manifest twin chaotic rainbow in February 2003. Why did they have ancestors? Like literally, you said Count Graduan was put in his little orb thing by the ancestors of the Sonichus and Rosedews. How could they have ancestors when they were just met? Ugh. Yeah, his world building makes no sense. It's so irritating. And this is people claim he's a good writer, and he makes this. Ugh. Only Hedgehog and Pikachu genetics were within that chaos energized rainbow. No squirrels or chipmunks or whatever else in that. In a distant alt timeline, Princess Sally Acorn powered up and destroyed chaoses and collided with the Pikachu, but that is not in this timeline here. But taking consolation, there is a regular female Rosechu who styled her quills inspired by Sally and actually became a good friend and protéged her. Sal Rosechu is her name, not short for Sally either. Oh, Jesus Christ, I can't wait for this. The Freemans, Dubois, Ruckus. Oh, dear, oh, Jesus Christ. You even Uncle Ruckus, that's fantastic. And all of them reside in the neighborhood on the Earth of the universe 1C-211987 as well, alongside everyone else. And any and all disembodied souls, spirits, entities, sparks, ghosts, and all have already been recruited in our alley ships. Ironhide has been respawned and is alive now. Dinobot has reincarnated elsewhere. That doesn't really answer the question of if you think Dubois would like help you out in court. I don't think he would, because from what I remember, he was a man of morals, like, and actually kind of a pussy too. But I don't think he'd help you out. I'm just saying that. Dylan Thomas is a minor trader who failed his divine test. Gibby's all right. Have not consciously leaned on Smokey McCrack. Yeah, I've never even heard of the guy before today. I'm going to end this letter with question 10. Okay. I mainly wanted the items and the van I took with me that last weekend in July returned to the Sonichu Temple. They have all been previously collected and returned to Barbara Ann Weston Chandler Rosechu. Oh God, he even made his mama Rosechu. That is to be confirmed after my second coming and all that. Oh boy, here it comes. Number 10. Fortunately, the same day I received your letter, I received another Q&A letter from another follower, and they asked a similar question. I've given consent from that letter to be posted online. I have asked the guardian of the Akashic records to field that question of yours, and I've written it all in my goddess log pages as well. I'm going to say for further details, look up the letter online, but for your immediate question, I said, which also transitions to being the real player one. Yes, and one part that was a reference to the movie, but to serve as a modern iteration of being the only avatar as well. As Tech Guardian said, I inform all of you of the one avatar body, immortal and existent for all the time since the Big Bang. There has existed the very first body to us, the universe. In on and only perspective, the video game of life has started and spawns first and foremost the player one with the set main camera perspective that absolutely none other has at all. And after them comes player two, then three, and so on, including the non-playable characters, obviously unaware of this one avatar that has most preceded each and every one of them all. This one avatar with the immortal infinite resurrection respawn count and all powers and abilities over all is your God and your foretold Lord as well. Eventually, after learning everything from Emmanuel, my parent, the avatar was sent to be born in Bethlehem by your Virgin Mary in most popular chronicling dubbed Jesus Christ of Nazareth, child of God Emmanuel. Then I have lived my life as Jesus and continued my immortal walks and books of life up till 1389 with my universe divide. My being thrusted forward in time through the chaotic rainbow of 2003, bounced off a spider, and I, the avatar, landed mind, memories, body, and soul, all within Barbara Ann Weston Chandler Rosechu in May of 1981 to be born as Christopher Weston Chandler Sonichu on February 24th, 1982. Charlottesville, Virginia, United States of America, eventually growing and evolving into your Jesus, Christine Weston Chandler Sonichu, as you know her now, to some extent at least. Jesus, if you've been living as Jesus Christ for all those years, that might be an insult to a lot of people who follow Jesus. I'm just, oh God, like, man. Christ Chance Sonichu has mediated consciously and inquired of her one and only avatar perception as well as to why she was recalling the greater memories of the youth and teenage years of her past life as Jesus Christ. Now, if you'd like more greater truth and insights, the Akashic records are always open to all who are highly enlightened, open and not blinding themselves from said ultimate truth. And if you'd like to know more about the Akashic records, are and if you'd like to know more about what the Akashic records are and how you may be able to access them, Google the term. Go forth with further peace, clarity, and blessings. Be safe and well. Miss Jesus, Christine, Weston, Chandler, Sonichu, the Goddess, Blueheart, Avatar, and Lord Messiah, Savior, and God of all. So there's your daily dose of Chris insanity right there. And the guy who was replying to him was not much better, at least in vocab and grammar terms. So that's all for today, and I hope you liked this. And if you did, be sure to like, comment, share the video, watch my other videos, and subscribe to the channel, as I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the month or year, whichever comes first. So with that being said, goodbye, and make sure you stay beautiful, because I most certainly will not be doing that for you.